Oh, fuck. Hello, it's me, it's Dr. Worm, your favorite Digimon streamer. Fuck, I didn't even pick the correct tab. Welcome to my live quote unquote live reaction of the new mid-January Digimon ban list. I fucked up my first recording. This is not live nor fresh, but I really want to make this video. Yeah, I recorded way too quiet my voice and it didn't work. So here is hoping I can like get this video in one take because I cannot for the love of God like edit a video. Uh we are going to make this in one take. We are going to react Andy to the Digimon ban list, the second ban list in the history of the game. Uh, but I assume like it's important to know like where are we with Digimon right now. The Japanese format is around the corner to start a BT9 soon when that set is released. They are right now in BT8 with the EX2 expansion, Digital Hazard. How does the metagame look like? It's pretty much all yellow hybrids, Seacon, and blue hybrids. The rest are outliers, and apparently the Reaper deck is like the new actual meta threat to the gameplay. But we still don't have enough data to like support that claim. But pretty much ever since BT7, Digimon has been playing with the same 3 or 4 decks. And BT8 like brought back some old strategies. I think to have in count with this side is telling us that what a band is in difference to a restricted card. A band card cannot be played. Um, that this is new because Digimon hasn't banned cards yet. It's like in the infancy of the ban list. But okay, here go full list. There is Mega Digimon Fusion has been banned. And also important, these are like effective from February 25, 2022. This means that they are banning cards in prevention. So this is more or less correlated to the estimated delivery of BT7. So this can be used like in combination of Susanamon in combination with Susanamon, right? And this is I think unheard of in my experience with TCGs to get like preventive bans. Usually Yu-Gi-Oh does this, but they do it in a different way as to how this was made. Like they banned cards like Level Eater before links were introduced to a game, right? And this is a similar one. Like this card becomes a problem with a new card. But oh, by the way, uh, condolences to anyone who spent $40 on Lilith Loop. On one Lilith, that will be for 120 for like this playset of Lilith Loop. Yeah, RIP. But don't worry, we got 60% win rate in the X1, so we still can like play that deck somehow. But yeah, I also really like the reasoning of everyone and every restriction. So the next are the restrictions, and they start with reinforced memory was absolutely bonkers card. This card is stupid in the sense that the cards that you add to your hand and the cards that you put in your security by this effect are not restricted in color. So you can reveal a Sword Defeat and place it on top of your security stack with absolutely no punishment. This card is literally like uh, just free food for second. Not to mention that it's a cost 6 that in the next turn will give you 3 memory. I want to remind you, Holy Wave, the card that is just generic recover 1, is cost 6. So this is straight up power creep over that card because you are recovering, you are adding, you are tutoring, and you are getting 3 memory next turn. Absolutely insane. Again, they are display non-yellow decks. Please stop doing this, but we know that even in yellow, this card is a problem. And just to speed up, the next restriction is Ice Wall. Again, insane cards that they are in ban for a reason. This card pretty much changes the way you approach the game in Digimon. In Digimon, you usually you have two options when you are close to the end game. You have to question yourself as a player on the board, and you say, can I close the game this turn, or can I keep my opponent from closing the game the next turn, right? And usually this decision making involves the hard removal of cards in the game, placing blockers from your hand, uh, finding solutions to what is essentially a puzzle placed in front of you. And this card is the equivalent to that idea, to just breaking the jigsaw puzzle with a sledgehammer. You're paying 1 memory. Passing turn usually like in 0, so your opponent cannot close the game because they will need more than 1 attack. Like forcing them to just pass sometimes, just place a guy, pass turn, don't do anything to advance the game state at all. And the worst part of Idol is that since it's a cost 1, you can just play 2 if you have 2 memory. You play 2 of these and your opponent literally cannot close the game, no matter how many like memory boosts they have. This card is just really unfair, like changes the dynamics, and because of the way that the color this card is like placed in is in blue, blue can close games extremely easy if they just get an extra turn, because they have like 4 hybrid cards in the deck. They have access to Omnimon with Blitz. They have, not to mention like all the new hybrid package, like Magna Garuruman, and they also get like Agumon Bond of Friendship, Gabumon Bond of Friendship to just close games with like close to 0 preparation. This card is like perfectly fine at 1. Uh, again, this effect is like going to memory. It's another Hammer Spark, so you are, and people will play this at 4. So you have 8 cards that could be in security that just can make you lose the game. And in hand, they are also good because they cost 1 or 0. A good hit blue. And this is another funny one. So they are all funny. These are like ready actions, like actions Bandai is readying of when to ban cards. So Mega Digimon Fusion and Reinforce and as well, the restrictions of these cards will be effective from February 25 of the 2022 this year, because they expect BT6 to come out, BT7 to come out around that time. But this is the funny one. They are preparing Saber Hawkmon to be banned on the pre-release video. This is because of like the way that Kimeramon breaks this deck and how people in Japan have like, I mean, people have who play the Japanese format, not specifically people in Japan, because people in other countries also play that format. Uh, have like it's impossible to play around Savior Hackman. Like once Savior appears, he's setting up the double attack, and in a red deck that means you probably are going to lose, which is a reason that you don't see restanding as like this is probably the only restand card in red. And when you have cards like this that just not only restand but set up the restand on their own, this limits the way you can like design cards for the future. And that's pretty much like true for reinforced memory boost, for Mega Digimon Fusion. If you keep these cards legal, or if you keep these cards at 4 unlimited, you restrict the way you can design cards for the future. It's Like from now on, every single level 7 is should have to like be made thinking of this card. The same way that HPD had to like force the force like force the design team to consider like how are they going to make every single level 6 green Digimon, because this card breaks the game. And again, forgot. I forgot. There's another card in this BT8 ban list that is Icemon. I am not a fan of this ban because Icemon was a budget deck for Purple and I really wanted to play it. Another preventing ban, and probably the first card I see that is banned on arrival in this game. So as soon as this card comes out, it's going to be at one. Uh, another like insane card with how deep draw, how much you can deep draw in Digimon. The effect of the Iceman Scattermon to trash cards from your hand, which is just already extremely beneficial for purple, has this chance of like sacking you out of the game. Like if they crash with Icemon dies, they draw 2 cards, discard 3, and they discard 3 of these Icemon. They all 3 summon to the field, and they get huge. Like, and remember that in purple you can also recover trash, so you can just cycle these guys for the whole extension of the game. You can play that card that lets you tribute a guy to recover cards from your graveyard. That combos really well with this card. So probably being at 1 is not going to be detrimental, but it's going to force people to play really a different package on their level 4s for purple, because for all the list I saw of purple post BT8, it's just I will play 4 Iceman, 4 Scattermod. Because they were just the most optimal cards to play. You don't have to play Lady A1 anymore because you get to deep draw in level 4. And you can just jump into whatever you need from your hybrids if you are playing the hybrid package. They are going to keep these idiots limited to probably for the best. I don't think Argomon should stay. I genuinely think this card is not a problem, especially because of how weak green is right now and how weak green is going to be for a while. But obviously, HPD is probably the most broken card in the game. Uh, this card allows you, by the way, to like make Nidhogg for free. So yeah, no, it's probably better to keep this card not in the game. And this is our second ban list. In theory, this is in theory is like the ban list. We have like the ban list for February and like the ready actions for Evitate. Since doesn't has a release date, they just like whenever the set comes out, these are banned. Yeah. Uh, these are all healthy. I'm happy there is no Jet Sylphimon hit. But I wonder if it's like going to be super relevant. Like this card is huge for the deck, and now they don't get to close games with Susanamon. They have to either pay the Susanamon or like find another win condition, because you need to close the game eventually. And forcing the slow deck to play slow in parentheses, because yellow hybrid is not really a slow deck. It's just like they don't really hit you that much. They will just drag out the game for too long. Uh, I am not. I'm probably mad they limited Iceman because I think it's a funny card. And purple is not a strong deck. It's not a really strong strategy. It's just because it's a sacky card. It can win you the game like you draw all the idiots in your hand. But this, I guess, patterns they are banning more or less at the beginning of each year. So maybe we are going to see yearly ban list, and the ban list will go into effect right now. I think in maybe in a week or two in Japanese format. I'm not like feeling like searching that, and these are like one off like pretty much in parallel as soon as like they are relevant for us. Like as soon as like BT6 comes out, we get this relevant. So I guess people will have fun playing Ice Wolf exactly 2 weeks. I mean, probably a month. Um, I think I sold all my Mega Digimon fusions at the time. I don't have a little package, but I have all the like Sword and the Mega Digimon fusion. I probably should try and play that in locals while I can because this card is fun. Right now it's fun, and it will be like not fun later on. So that was me. I am Dr. Worm. I am not a YouTuber. I just wanted to do this for fun. So don't fucking subscribe. I will find you and I will kill you if you subscribe. But do comment. Tell me what do you think of this. What cards should have been banned. What do you think is going to be a problem soon? Do you think we are going to see like a ban list, like a ban addressing the Reaper in the future? Who knows? That has been me. That is I, the Doctor Worm, the Doctor who is also a worm. Bye bye.